Hello and welcome back to Granted Gardens. Today we are going to show you one of our newest favorite hobbies, and that is making homemade bacon. We got this pork belly here from our local Food Lion. It's just under 5 pounds. I always like to wash my meat before I cook it and then pat it dry.
We're going to start the curing process on this, which takes 7 days, and then we're going to smoke it after that. So all we're going to do today is we are going to take our kind of marinade rub cure mix. We're going to mix all this together and slather it on here. And then we have a big old turkey roaster bag that we're going to shove it inside of. We have 5 tablespoons of fresh ground pepper, 5 tablespoons of salt, 5 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 5 tablespoons of maple syrup. We're going to give that a mix so we can break up the brown sugar. Once we get that kind of broken up, we're going to just go ahead and put this in. And we're going to get kind of a paste out of this, which is exactly what we want. It's going to take about half of it and just stick it on the top. Then we're just going to rub it around, kind of evenly coat the outside. We're trying to build like a crust, if you will. And now we're going to flip it over. We're going to take almost the rest, and I'll show you why in a second. And then we're just going to do the same exact thing. We're going to rub it in. So we're going to take the rest that's left, and we're just going to try to hit these sides a little bit. It is not easy to hit the sides, so we're just going to kind of quickly slap it around a little bit and get some on there. All right, so we've got it in the bag. We're going to take all the leftover cure seasoning, and we're just going to get it in there. Now you get to wash your hands finally. Once we wash our hands, we'll kind of smear it around just a little bit more, and then we'll try to suck as much air out of there as we possibly can. Okay, so we've got all of our rub in. We're just going to kind of work as much of the air out as possible, get as much of the plastic in contact with the meat, which I think we did a pretty good job. We'll fold it in, get that air out, we'll fold it back again, and that's all she wrote. So the next step is we'll put this in the refrigerator. We'll leave it in there for 7 days total. So it'll just sit just like this. What I like to do is once a day, I'll come into the refrigerator and I'll flip it over just to get a little pressure on one side and then the other. That way we get as much of this pressed into the meat as we can. After 7 days, we'll take it out and we'll show you the next step.
After a quick rinse, you're going to add pepper and put it back in the fridge for about 12 hours. Then you're going to smoke it. You're going to want to smoke it at 160 for about 9 hours or until the internal temperature reaches 155. So we recruited Dad with his meat slicer tools to get the rest of this job done. The meat slicer makes this a heck of a lot easier to accomplish and much faster as well. We also learned that if you set the meat in the freezer for about an hour, it toughens it up a bit, makes it easier to slice. So I just thoroughly enjoy learning how to create and process stuff that we use all the time, and bacon is obviously a staple in our household. I was thoroughly impressed at the simplicity of this process. I never really put much thought into making bacon, but this was very easy, and the large majority of the time was spent with it sitting in the refrigerator. The other big plus was that we ended up saving money on bacon. This was cheaper by the pound once everything was said and done. I hope this encourages you to start making your own bacon at home. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we look forward to sharing more with you soon.